So I think we can talk here. It's quiet
sure.
here. So it's just simple. It's a vlog. Just be relaxed. I can always edit.
Yeah, sure.
If you make a mistake.
Yeah.
But for sure, I'm not gonna edit your answers. Okay. So first thing I want to ask you guys is that, do you
You move. The sun.
it's okay.
Talk to Vito.
It's okay. For us, the sun is okay. Okay, you stay here so that you have a beautiful background. Yeah. So have you guys all heard about the place called Africa?
Yes.
All of you guys?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you one after the other. I'm gonna start from you. So is Africa a country or a continent? Is Africa a country or a continent?
Continent.
Yes.
Continent. Are you sure?
Yes.
What about you? Everyone needs to be responsible for his or her. What? Yes?
Yes.
Yes what?
Yes.
Yes what? Yeah. What?
Africa is continent.
What's his name? Where is he going there?
Jasper. He's
What about
just
you?
shy. Wow.
Jasper!
Jasper.
Jasper!
She just want. I just want to take a picture of.
Oh, you want to take a picture first? Okay, after. What about you?
What was the question?
Is Africa a country or a continent?
I mean, Africa could be a country also because it's a country, and then yes, it's a continent.
Wait,
Also.
you know you have to choose one answer.
Okay, continent.
Continent.
Yeah.
Continent.
Yes.
Continent.
Yes.
Continent,
Oh,
second largest.
You-
No, really, I told him.
Okay, well, let's check your phone.
No, because I don't have load.
You don't have low?
Yes,
Okay, what were you
Because
what were you trying to say about Africa? Is the what?
kanang the most, pinakadako ba?
Most largest.
Second largest.
Second largest continent in the world.
Yeah, Africa.
Okay.
And kanang kato ba? The populous ay kanang
The population there
oh
is big. I mean,
no, kanang low man nilang.
Low population?
Oh, low population.
All right.
Dan low population dan kuan.
Jasper is escaping these questions.
Yeah.
He's playing
I
tricks.
think he's not good at it.
Yeah, okay, so that's good. Africa is a continent and I'm really happy to know that you guys are students
Yes.
and you know that. Okay, so another thing I want to ask is that whenever you hear the word Africa, if someone said to you Africa, what comes to your mind? The very first thing that comes to your mind, be honest.
Okay, so the social media has a big impact to us today, especially students, and there are some informations that we could learn and use also. So the country of Africa is when I heard the country Africa, you tend to know their culture and also the dances.
Dances?
I mean Africa are the good dancers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So have you watched some African music and see the dance movie?
Yeah, especially TikTok. They use TikTok.
Okay.
And they're so good at dancing. Like, how I wish we could be like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Filipinos are also good dancers.
I know. We only dance budots.
What's Budo? Okay.
Yeah.
So
You can
Okay.
ask her first.
when you hear the word Africa, what comes to your mind? Like the very first thing. Be honest. Don't choose her answer.
African people is kanang they are very kanang good at different kuan ba unsa na different kanang mga kuan ba culture then it's kanang when we tackle African cultures, it's interesting to us and we want to go Africa to explore and to witness ba it's true.
Okay, nice. So you want to go to Africa to witness the
Yes.
culture, the traditions there.
Traditions there
Okay.
and
And the native way of life of
Yeah.
people.
and
So what are some things that you have already learned about Africa when it comes to the culture?
their kanang Wesley said it, their dances
Okay.
and also
Oh, their
their
food.
their street food because
African
kanang
food is
kanang murag yung same sa Philippines. Like they have street foods.
Okay.
Yeah. Then kanang it's kanang makakuan ba maka-encourage yung mga I want to go there
Oh,
to
to try it.
to try.
Okay.
Very curious.
Oh, you guys are curious. Okay.
Yeah.
So what about you two? When you hear the word Africa,
First,
what comes to your mind?
I watched the Miss Universe 2018 and I said that the Africa is the is the strongest in the strongest
And
country
palaban ba palaban.
and kuan sila and strongest country in terms of pageant.
Okay. Yeah. The beauty pageant, right?
Yes.
So did you watch Miss Universe when
Yes.
South Africa won?
Yes.
Oh, she was beautiful, right?
She's so pretty and she has a charisma, I think. Strongest face.
Charisma ba?
Yes.
Okay. Nice.
But the Philippines is won the Miss Universe 2018. This is Catriona Gray.
Okay. So what else do you know about Africa?
Huh?
What else? Is there something else you know about Africa? Is there something you also know about Africa?
What we had said earlier is the food, the dances, his
Okay.
culture, about the food and everywhere in the city.
The people.
Okay.
The people also.
Okay.
And I think that's all.
That's really amazing to know that you guys knows about Africa and you don't have negative perspective about Africa. I really love that.
Because
Jin,
Jin.
it's your turn. My turn? Yeah. So
Just for first. He is big. From your question,
ikaw na lang.
I know he was not here. So since you already know, when you hear the word Africa, what comes to your mind? Like, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
have you seen the video, the viral video about the
Thank you.
thank you for sunshine?
Yeah.
Africa?
No,
Is it from
no,
Africa?
no, he's not. He's not from Africa.
Oh, I told
He's
you.
he's from Jamaica in the Caribbean.
But it's part of Africa or not?
No, yeah, we are kind of related some way somehow, but it's a very deep history because we are all black, and some way somehow they migrated there. But that's a very long history. But yeah, but it's
What's
also
the
good
difference between the African and Jamaican? For me,
because they don't live in Africa; they live in the Caribbean.
but the tradition and your
Yeah, the traditions are and the culture are almost the same because they have a lot of things that are very similar to Africa. So according to our history, they are actually from Africa, but they actually
that's
migrated
what
there.
I observed, that from Jamaica and Africa you have the same culture.
Yeah.
And I was amazed that you have the same culture and tradition, and also the people in the African and the Jamaican are loving and friendly.
Okay.
That's all.
Oh, Filipinos are really also friendly. So what else do you know about Africa?
From you or from your culture?
From social media? From,
I haven't seen much about your tradition.
yeah, but what have you heard? Like on the mainstream media, what have you heard about Africa?
For me,
Yeah.
the tradition, and I have first friend from Africa. He told me that Africa is a nice country, but
Continent.
he has a lot of degree.
Okay.
That priest is a doctor, teacher, and also a priest.
Okay.
Now I was amazed from her, and he was able to. That's all.
Okay. No, don't study. All right. It was really nice. Just for.
Yeah.
Just for. Yeah, this way. This way, man. So, in fact, the first question is Africa or country or continent? No, don't talk for him.
I don't know, sir.
You don't know? So you haven't heard of Africa? You don't know anything about Africa? Okay. Just pray don't know about Africa. Yeah, it's okay. It's fine. That's not a crime, man.
But you meet kanang sir success.
Yeah, so you want to learn about Africa?
Yes.
So Africa is a continent. Africa is the second largest continent. It is called that continent. That's because I think we are black, a lot of black people, but there are also white people from Africa.
Yes.
There are people from Tunisia, Egypt, Morocco. They are also white. They have whiter colors like Algeria, Libya. They are also brighter, and they also have people from Africa that really looks different from me, like people from Ethiopia, because they are in different part of Africa. We have West Africa, we have South Africa, we have East Africa, and we also have North Africa. Then we have Central Africa. So I'm from West Africa. So if you see people from Ghana, Nigeria, people from Sierra Leone, we look the same. So most times people see me, they ask me like, are you Nigerian? Because I'm from West Africa, we look the same. But people from North Africa, they look different from us. They look more Arab. Like people from South Sudan, people from the northern part of Africa, they really look different from us. And people from South Africa almost look like us too. But people from North Africa too looks like white people. They have curly hair, like Filipino too.
Black American?
Yeah, no, Black American is like us because my country, Liberia, was from there.
You're a Black American? No, I mean.
According to history, I should be.
Yeah.
That's because my country, Liberia, the meaning of my country is liberty. And when they actually abolished slaves from America, they were trying to find a place to settle the slaves. And then they took them to Africa and founded my country. And that's how my country was founded. And my country is Liberia. It has a flag like the US, but we have one star. So my country was founded because of Black Americans from Africa, from America. That's how my country was founded. But is there anything you want to know about Africa you want to ask me?
The country of Africa
It's
open
open
for like us, like tourists.
Yes, of course. There are a lot of.
There are no borders.
There are borders, but there are Filipinos in my country. There are borders everywhere. And I think it's easy to travel to Africa is because we are not like other countries that. Ooh.
Yeah.
It's easy to travel to Africa. If you guys are curious, some days you want to go to Africa to explore, it's really nice. You should go. We have nice beaches. Like my country is on the coastline of Africa. I lived beside the beach before. Whoa. Yeah, on the seashore. Yeah, so you should go and check it out. So you can ask me any question. Like, what do you want to know about Africa?
We want to know the African culture.
The culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, the culture is a little bit similar than like the Philippines culture.
Yeah.
Just that in your culture, I see more respect than Africa, like, especially when you greet your oldest one, you put your manopo. In Africa, we don't actually do that, but there are ways that we could bow down or we could show respect. But yours is kind of constant, and I see how you relate to each other in the Philippines. I see a lot of respect. And I should actually appreciate you guys for that. But aside from that, the culture is kind of similar. Just that in Africa, one culture that I haven't seen in a lot of countries, I'm not sure in the Philippines if that's the same here. When I want to marry a lady here in the Philippines, do I need to go to your parents and pay dowry?
No.
Okay, so in Africa, if I want to marry a lady in Africa,
Maybe we could sit.
yeah, we can set it.
Buya, like in Bisaya it's buya.
Today is a very interesting video. We are learning. I'm also learning from them and they are learning from me.
Look, it's pretty.
Yeah.
The playground.
It's really pretty. Try to find a place to sit. Okay, so as I was saying, if you want to marry a lady from Africa, usually you have to go.
You could sit there.
Yeah, you have to go to her parents and ask for her in marriage, and then there's a certain amount of money you have to pay for a dowry payment to buy her from her family. I haven't seen that in the Philippines, so that's kind of like a different culture. And then in Africa we do take shower in a bucket, but in a different way. But here in the Philippines you use the babo. And then kabo, and then poo on you. I'm not sure if that's culture or that's just a lifestyle. And the food here is a little different. A lot of the foods I've tried here, like it's just in Philippines. I haven't seen them in Africa. in my country we eat more of spicy food.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have different kinds of spicy food, and if the food is not spicy to us, it's not like good for us. Yeah. So, is there something you want to know? So, how do you guys feel? Like, are you, if you would choose between, yeah, African guy or a Filipino guy to marry,
That is so hard.
who are you gonna choose?
Well, it depends. It's different. Yeah, they say it depends.
Depends on what. But what if they are both good? But you need to choose one. They are both good equally, but you need to choose one.
Well,
I want to see your face.
so, that is too close. Maybe you could sit
Yeah.
here beside me.
Okay.
If I were gonna choose one guy,
Yeah.
is it from Africa or Philippines? I would love to choose a Filipino guy
Okay.
because I was raised and born here in Philippines, and I was a Filipino, and I am proud to be a Filipino, and
Yeah.
I should marry a Filipino guy.
Okay.
Is it because you could say that our culture is very different from your country and from different country, because we do have a lot of cultures to follow and to respect, but we prioritize, and we also we have a big respect, and that's the thing that could not take, I mean, from others. No, I mean that's the precious thing that could have a Filipino guy.
But aside from the culture, you won't mind marrying a guy from Africa or the US or wherever?
It's not, I mean, yeah, it depends, because some of the guys, you don't know about some of the guys. There are guys that they're just like they're guys that just want for sex, you know. There's a guy like they're just want for sex, and they don't tend to go deeper in love like that, and you can guess it, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, there are some guys like that, especially American guys. They want, like, I mean, they usually want to have sex every time like that. Yeah, and
Okay. What about you guys?
It depends because we cannot predict the love, because
Yeah.
it's serious. When we say love, it's serious, and even that guy, because we love the guy through his through his action, and the way he treated you, and that's why we cannot say that we love that.
Yeah, you don't love this.
Oh, because love is so
Yeah.
serious, and it's a long process, and it's
Guys,
a long
why?
process. That's why.
You don't want African girls? You don't want African girls?
Just like they don't like Filipinos.
You don't like Filipino girls?
Yeah, no. No.
Will you choose a Filipino
I
or
like Filipino.
Filipina? Oh,
Filipino ba
okay.
yan?
What about you?
Filipino boy.
Filipino boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's in the same vibe.
Same?
Same vibe.
It's not the same vibe. it's a very big different vibe.
For now,
Yeah.
cannot say
Anyways,
we cannot say, because in God's will.
yeah, God's will.
Yeah,
That's
me too,
that's
me
that's
too.
the perfect answer. You never know, because you see my. I just show you.
Did you know that your question shocked us?
Yeah, I wanted to ask you guys a question that will shock you guys.
God's will, God's way, and God's
Yeah,
plan.
I like your answer, because you never know. Like for me, I was born and raised in Africa, and I went to school, I went to college in Africa, and I never one day had a dream that my wife was gonna be from Finland. It's very far, different. So it's so far. It's two different.
How many hours?
At least 24 hours of travel.
How many hours that ahead sa iya ba?
Oh yeah, well Philippines is ahead like 6 hours. 6 hours.
How about Africa to Finland?
I think it's a very long hours, like 9 hours between Africa. So 3 hours different, Africa and Finland. But in life, you don't know who you actually gonna marry until you meet the love of your life. So I just wanted to know how sharp you guys are gonna be like. So you never tell if you're gonna marry a Filipino or not. You might have an opportunity right now to go to school in Europe or in the US, and you meet a guy there and you fall in love and you get married. So you never know. Like
There's a big
so anyways, it was really nice talking to you guys, and I just wanted to